KEYC News Now to Go is sponsored by River's Edge Hospital and Clinic, people caring for people.
Moments like these make life worth living. River's Edge Hospital and Clinic is your partner in taking control of your own health. Take your steps towards a lasting tomorrow. River's Edge Hospital.
Hello and good morning. Thanks for joining us for this KEYC News Now to Go update. I'm Jackson Jirik. In a few minutes, I'll be joined by First Alert meteorologist Caitlyn Lorr with a look at today's forecast and the week beyond. We'll start with state news. Governor Tim Walz will deliver this year's State of the State address to a crowd of state lawmakers later tonight. Walz will give his remarks from the Minnesota House chambers later tonight in a speech many expect will contain comments on both state and federal issues. At the state level, Walz is likely to talk about the impending budget deficit and the state of affairs as the legislature works to address it. At the federal level, we can expect the governor to continue an onslaught of criticism toward federal policy and spending cuts. He has recently hosted several events to speak against possible cuts to Medicaid and education and about the economic impact of tariffs. Shortly after the governor delivers his speech, we expect to hear reaction from legislative leadership from both parties. The legislature returned from a week-long break on Monday, starting a month-long sprint to finish the budget on May 19th. Upon return, lawmakers, specifically those in the House, have shed some light on what they expect to hear from Walz. All sides have said budget negotiations are in a good spot right now. Communication between party leadership and the governor has been smooth. Republicans are hopeful that the governor's speech will maintain that spirit of collaboration across party lines.
Him coming together to pull parties together so that we split that partisanship and finding a way through this.
It's likely the governor will talk heavily about federal policy, and it's likely to be extremely critical. While all sides are committed to balancing a state budget in a bipartisan manner this year, Democrats haven't hesitated to voice concerns with the Trump administration.
I can't even begin to imagine what we will hear from the governor, because at this point in our nation's history, it's so fraught, right?
We'll be at the Capitol tonight to bring you extensive coverage of the governor's remarks and responses from lawmakers. A St. Peter man may have been planning a mass casualty event before he was arrested by local law enforcement. That's according to court documents. Those documents also show Mankato police were called last Thursday to a Mankato business after a man entered the store wearing a heavy winter coat, hat, gloves, and a COVID mask and began looking at high-priced items. Those included several magazines for firearms, bear spray, and body armor. According to court records, the man, identified as 24-year-old Muhammad Adan Mohammed, told employees at the store he had an AR-style rifle and eventually left the business with around $2,100 worth of merchandise. A Mankato officer recalled an earlier call involving the man and social media posts involving firearms and ammunition. Court documents show the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension was also aware of the threats and said there was a strong indication Mohammed was preparing some sort of attack. St. Peter police executed a search warrant at the man's home and Mohammed was arrested. He's charged with felony theft and felony threats of violence. Mohammed's bail has been set at $500,000 with conditions or $1 million with no conditions. A former Minnesota state senator accused of attempting to solicit a teenager has entered a not guilty plea. Prosecutors say Justin Eichhorn responded to an online ad for prostitution that was part of a sex trafficking sting. He's pleaded not guilty to a federal charge of attempted coercion or enticement of a minor. Eichhorn, a Republican, resigned from his Senate seat in March. A special election to fill his vacated seat is taking place next week. His next hearing in court is May 21st. Continuing with local news, demolition of the County Road 9 bridge next to the Rapidan Dam is virtually complete. Back on February 5th, demolition crews used explosions to bring the bridge down to the riverbed. In this video taken yesterday morning from the KEYC News Now drone, you can see the bridge supports have been removed from the Blue Earth River and crews are now working on removing the remaining concrete debris. Heavy rain in June of 2024 caused severe flooding that breached the Rapidan Dam. Erosion around the supports of the bridge led county officials to determine and remove the replacement of the bridge due to safety concerns. Construction is expected to begin on a new bridge sometime next year. Blue Earth County officials say removal of the Rapidan Dam likely won't be finished until 2028. Local organizations hosted Project Community Connect yesterday. The event aimed to connect residents with vital resources all in one place. Aaron Stubbe reports.
A Mankato spring tradition. Project Community Connect ran to the Mayo Clinic Health System Event Center Tuesday.
There are a lot of people who are coming seeking resources, and they want answers.
Organizations and volunteers gather into one place for residents to find resources and make connections to get any help they may need. Volunteers say that the demand for community resources only grows year after year, with this year's event seeing nearly 500 people come through the door in the first 20 minutes, compared to last year's event, which saw just over 600 throughout the entire day.
People come to me and things that I think that they know about, they tell me they don't. And they never heard about some of the things. So I think it's important for them to be able to meet the people behind the scenes that are working for the different businesses, the different helping agencies. And they're able to see that and put two and two together and maybe get the help that they're looking for.
Among the resources offered were free haircuts, shoes, and clothes. Families could even talk with child care agencies to make arrangements and get help applying for Real ID and other government documentation. The event comes as federal cuts to public programs have put the funding of many efforts in limbo, such as funding being cut from statewide refugee workers. And those changes are on the minds of volunteers and participants alike.
Hopefully when they're actually talking to people who are working at the various agencies, it can calm some of their fears.
In Mankato, Aaron Stuvey, KEYC News Now.
Back here in studio at the desk, Caitlyn Lorr joining me. Caitlyn, it's been a gorgeous couple of days. I hate to say it. April showers continuing. Sean Cable and I talked about it yesterday, but hopefully, fingers crossed, knock on some wood, whatever you got to do, those Mayflowers are coming.
Oh, absolutely. With the temperatures and the weather we have mixed with all this
kidding.
rain. We have tulips sprouting in my yard. Not the flower part yet, just the stem, but it will be only a matter of time, hopefully within the next week. Now, we do have more rain on the way. I know you like to be outside, so that kind of puts a damper, no pun intended.
It's all right. There's no harm in going and dancing in the rain or something.
No, there's absolutely not. As long as there's no thunder or lightning, dance away
do
like
it anyways.
no one's watching.
Do it anyways.
Don't listen to Jackson. That is bad. Don't do that. Now, talking about that rain, we've already seen a little bit around the area, and maybe you haven't, but we are tracking some isolated showers this morning, and those isolated chances are slowly but surely fizzling out as they kind of move across the area from west to east from southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. Could still see a few sprinkles here and there, but as you can see, we're looking at a mixture of sunshine with cloud coverage. Clouds will slowly move in by tomorrow morning. However, tonight around midnight, some scattered showers are going to start developing around northern Iowa. From there, those scattered showers are only going to grow, becoming more widespread as we go into tomorrow morning. From that point forward, we're looking at scattered to widespread showers throughout the day tomorrow with some thunderstorms mixed in. So again, a good amount of rain headed our way. We're looking at a high of 69 degrees by this afternoon. Again, a couple isolated showers may remain in the forecast today, even though we are still looking at that sunshine tonight. A couple isolated showers with some thunderstorms developing around midnight, dropping to a low of 45 degrees by tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, we've got those scattered showers becoming more widespread as we go through the day. And again, a couple of thunderstorms expected here and there, but I just checked. The good news is we're still not really concerned about severe weather. As of right now, we're still under what they call a general thunderstorm risk, which just means normal thunderstorms. So open the windows, sit back, and enjoy the sound of rumbling thunder and steady rain from time to time throughout tomorrow. Now, with that being said, a good amount of rain still on the way. We're looking at about a half an inch on average across the area, with up to an inch possible. Those higher totals will, of course, coincide with where we get some of those thunderstorms in the area. And this is the grand total from now until about 7 a.m. Saturday morning. So that includes what we get today, as well as tomorrow into the start of Friday. As we take a look at your extended forecast, you can see that we are looking at several rain chances coming up. And again, what I've been saying all morning is that it's not going to be consistent in the sense that we will get breaks of dry periods here and there. For example, Friday, we're looking at morning into early afternoon rain showers, and then it'll clear up and become a beautiful afternoon. Now, we'll see more consistent rain chances Sunday and Monday, but Tuesday is looking to be very spotty, so we'll get some dry conditions and pockets of sunshine mixed in. And then, Jackson, we welcome May with dry conditions and sunshine, so hopefully the saying stays true that these April showers bring those May flowers.
We'll have to wait and see. I know that's still 10 days out, and things can change, of course, so it is important to pay attention to our local meteorologists like Caitlyn Lorr. But it's good to see that it's not going to be consistently 5-6 days in a row of rain like we had last year and last spring. It's going to be on and off, and that'll be very beneficial to a lot of people.
And that helps the ground soak it up so that we don't deal with flooding.
Exactly. So wonderful. Thank you very much. We're going to transition into some sports real quick. Plenty of sunshine yesterday afternoon as East baseball host Winona, Jack Hansen leading off for East, gets hit by the pitch, but the Cougars, they'll take that. Hansen in scoring position after a wild pitch, but Winona's Caleb Bauer picks up a big strikeout. Hansen takes off for third now, steals it easily, and just like that, the Cougars are threatening as he slides in safely. East hitters remain patient. A walk by Carson Hart puts runners at first and third, still just one out. Hart takes off for second. He'll take that easily as well, and East is doing all the little things right early. Owen Studman cashes in, shoots this ball up the middle. Great piece of hitting by the senior as 2 runs will come around to score. East puts up a couple of runs in the first inning. That's all the Cougars would get as they would go on to win 14-3. Over at ISG Field, Mankato Loyola hosting Gibbon Fairfax Winthrop. Top of the first, GFW's Owen Swenson scores on the RBI groundout off the bat of Cade Reich. Thunderbirds up 1-0, but the Crusaders have an answer in the bottom half. Jacob Miller pulls this through the right side of the infield. Loyola gets runners on first and third now as he will be held up in check. TJ O'Malley does damage with an RBI single to tie it. Then Eddie Engen hammers this pitch to left center. Nobody is going to catch this ball. 2 runs will score. Engen goes 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs on the night. Swenson battling on the hill. Right-hander gets the strikeout on the breaking ball. Loyola not quite done scoring just yet. RJ Beal hammers this one to center. Engen scores. Crusaders go on to win big by a final 12-2 in 5 innings. Camden Winter tosses a complete game and strikes out 3 for Loyola in the victory. Exciting stuff there for a couple local high school baseball teams. Caitlin, thank you very much, and thank you guys for watching this KEYC News Now to Go update. Stay with KEYC News Now for the latest local news, weather, and sports on our website.
And of course, download the free KEYC News and Weather apps for the latest headlines and forecast.